Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a topic that so many of us struggle with, but it's also the one thing that can completely transform our lives. We're talking about discipline. And I want to start by clearing up a huge misconception. Discipline is not a personality trait. It's not something you're born with or without, like having blue eyes or brown hair. It's a choice. It's a decision you make, not just once, but every single day.
It's the conscious act of choosing what you want most over what you want now. It's about choosing the hard thing, the thing that moves you forward, instead of the easy thing that keeps you stuck. Think about it. Every day, you're faced with a series of choices. Do you hit the snooze button, or do you get up and start your day? You watch another episode, or do you read that book? Do you order takeout, or do you cook a healthy meal? One path is the path of comfort, the path of least resistance. The other is the path of discipline. The comfortable choice feels good in the moment. It's easy, it's relaxing. It's what your brain craves because it's designed to conserve energy. But what's the long-term cost of always choosing comfort? It's a life filled with what-ifs and should-haves. It's the quiet regret that settles in when you realize you have unmade progress on your goals, your health, or your dreams. Comfort is a trap, promises immediate gratification, but delivers long-term dissatisfaction. Discipline, on the other hand, is the antidote to a life of randomness and regret. It's the bridge between your goals and your accomplishments. When you live a disciplined life, you are no longer just reacting to whatever comes your way. You're not a passenger in your own life story. Instead, you become the author. You are intentional. You decide what your days will look like, what habits you'll build, and ultimately, what kind of person you'll become. Your life stops being a series of random events and starts becoming a deliberate creation. This is the true power of discipline. It turns intention into reality. Now, another common misunderstanding is that discipline has to be this intense, all-or-nothing effort. We see highlight reels of people waking up at 4 in the morning, running marathons, and building empires. And we think, I could never do that. But that's not what discipline is about at its core. It's not about intensity. It's about consistency. It's not about one heroic effort. It's about showing up and doing the small things day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it. The person who goes to the gym for 30 minutes, 3 times a week, consistently, will always get better results than the person who goes for 3 hours once a month and then burns out. Consistency is the secret sauce. It's what compounds over time to create massive change. And here's the beautiful, almost magical thing that happens when you practice consistency. The hard thing starts to get easier. The first time you force yourself to go for a run, it feels terrible. Your legs burn, your lungs ache, and every part of you wants to stop. But the 10th time, it's a little easier. The 100th time, it might actually start to feel good. You start to crave it. The same goes for any habit. It's waking up early, eating healthy, working on your side project. It's all incredibly difficult at first. Your brain and body will fight you. But with repetition, you are literally rewiring your brain. You're creating new neural pathways. The resistance fades, and the disciplined action becomes your new default. The hard thing becomes your new normal. This is how you build momentum and make lasting change. Discipline is ultimately an act of self-leadership. It's you taking charge of you. It's about holding yourself accountable to the promises you make to yourself. Think of your future self. That person, the healthier, wealthier, wiser version of you is, depending on the choices you make today. Every time you choose the disciplined path, you are protecting that future self. You're making a deposit in their bank account of well-being and success. Every time you choose the easy path, you're taking a withdrawal. You're stealing from your future potential. When you frame it this way, discipline stops feeling like a punishment and starts feeling like the ultimate act of self-care and self-respect. You are leading yourself toward a better future. So how do we actually start? The key is to start small, ridiculously small. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. That is a recipe for failure and will just reinforce the belief that you can't be disciplined. Instead, pick one small, manageable thing. Just one. Maybe it's drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning. Maybe it's doing 5 minutes of stretching. Maybe it's reading 1 page of a book before bed. The action itself is less important than the act of keeping the promise to yourself. Each time you do that small thing you said you would do, you build a tiny bit of self-trust. You're teaching your brain that when you set an intention, you follow through. This self-trust is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Over time, that tiny habit of drinking water can grow into a full morning routine. That single page can turn into a chapter. You build on your wins, stacking one small, disciplined act on top of another. This is the sustainable path to building an unshakable sense of discipline. And what about the bad days? The days when you're stressed, tired, and everything feels overwhelming. Those are the days when discipline matters most. It's easy to be disciplined when you're motivated and full of energy. But motivation is fleeting, comes and goes. Discipline is what you rely on when motivation is nowhere to be found. On those tough days, don't abandon your commitments. Instead, scale them back. If you can't manage your full 30-minute workout, do 10 minutes. If you can't write 1,000 words, write 100. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to not break the chain of consistency. Showing up, even in a small way, on your worst days is a massive victory. It reinforces your identity as someone who follows through, no matter what. It proves to yourself that your commitment is not dependent on your mood. In the end, the path of discipline is not a path of restriction and misery. It's the exact opposite. It's the path to true freedom. It frees you from the whims of your moods and impulses. It frees you from the regret of a life half lived. A disciplined life is a calmer life because you know you are in control. It's a stronger life because you've built resilience and self-trust. You know you can handle challenges because you've proven it to yourself time and time again. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about choosing progress over perfection. It's about being a little bit better today than you were yesterday. So I encourage you, start today. Pick one small thing. Make a promise to yourself and keep it. That single choice is the first step on the most rewarding journey you will ever take. Thank you so much for watching. If this message resonated with you, please give this video a like and subscribe for more content on building a better, more intentional life. See you in the next one.